Oh, hi. Today, I'll be reviewing something brand new for this new day. I'm gonna do something interesting. As I know, I've been wanting to do some sort of a review of one of the most interesting adult cartoons I've ever imagined. As I know, this year marks the 20th anniversary of no other than MTV's Spider-Man, in what I just called it the MTV Spider-Man cartoon series. I might refer to it as Spider-Man the New Animated Series, even though it's Spider-Man's first ever, and so far, this is probably Marvel's first ever adult animated superhero television series. No, actually, let me get this way out of the way. I understood that this animated series is the first adult animated superhero television series that was created by MTV as a partnership with, Sony Pictures Television, Marvel Enterprises, and Mainframe Entertainment, who were best known for being involved in the CGI reboot series and, most notably, other CGI projects such as Beast Wars, aka Beasties in Callback, and most notably, we almost forgot to mention the ill-fated Scary Godmother duology that I really didn't seem to like at all. For some reason, that it's made by the Walt Disney Company in collaboration with Paramount Pictures, aka Paramount Global for short. This show ran from July 11th to September 12th, 2003. In this direct sequel to the first Spider-Man movie, shortly after the events of the first film, where it will be set in 2002, Peter Parker and his friends Mary Jane Watson and Harry Osborn have started attending Empire State University together in a time skip right after the events of the first movie. Even though Peter and Mary Jane tried to establish a relationship without any success, but his superhero duties cause him to be involved with his new friend Indira Daimonji, who interferes with him, but Harry somehow continuously decides to take the mantle of his father, Norman Osborn, who was killed by Spider-Man in what Harry blames his friend Peter for killing him on purpose. Even though Peter faces the assortment of some old villains that have previously appeared in the 1994 series, the Lizard, Kraven the Hunter, and Electro. However, he's forced to maintain the studies of his job and is forced to confront a whole new batch of villains in what they're trying to ruin everything in his life. But if he gives up being Spider-Man, he would end up living a normal life forever. But he doesn't want to give up everything. Well, however, despite the consequences of giving up everything, this cartoon looks pretty interesting. Because they added some new villains introduced in it, like Talon, as well as the Gaines, Roxanne and Roland, the Gaines twins, and they added one of Spider-Man's oldest enemies, Kingpin. But this time, they hired Michael Clark Duncan to reprise his role from the 2003 Daredevil film. And most notably, they had to put FBI agent Mosley, Dr. Zellner, Raymond the bodyguard, as well as Silver Sable, Sergey, and also Turbojet, especially Shikata the Ronin, and also Richard Damien, as well as adding Professor Williams and Doug Raisman and Christina. And they also added Raymond involved in it. Even though what Peter understands that the Gaines twins both have psychic powers that will try and block his web spinning techniques, he notices that giving up everything isn't his cup of tea. Although it was cut short for some reason that we never got a second season, despite being a loose adaptation of Brian Michael Bendis' Ultimate Spider-Man from the year 2000, for some reason, I had no idea why this cartoon failed to live up to its hype of what Velma would end up being panned by critics. However, they've written off some villains that were absent, like mainly Mysterio, Green Goblin, and Vulture, that were planned to make appearances in a second season that got scrapped for some reason. After that, I heard a rumor that, according to fan-preferred content, we were supposed to be getting Doc Ock in an episode of Spider-Man the New Animated Series, that instead of Spidey confronting Kingpin, Spidey would have confronted Doc Ock for some reason. As you can see, his early designs of what the early prototype of that said movie had, it looks kinda weird for me. He looks nothing like Doc Ock and more like a bald man with glasses and a goatee, and he's wearing a backpack with robot tentacles and some sort of cup of coffee tea. It looks kinda bland, but I'm guessing Jack Black was going to portray Doc Ock during development of the first movie. Sadly, Raimi said no because he rejected Jack Black's offer to portray Doc Ock. Well, specifically because Raimi felt where they wanted to his film wanted to focus on only one villain at a time, so they saved Doc Ock's appearance for Spider-Man 2. As I noticed that just because Spider-Man 1 was a spin-off to the X-Men film series, which started off with the first X-Men movie that got released 2 years earlier in 2000, we all knew that Jack Black would later make an appearance in an MTV movie parody depicting, Peter Parker being bitten by some sort of that said spider who is actually Jack Black in disguise. As I know, I finally understood what we could deal with the consequences of this said video I could think of. Now, we need to deal with this one right now. Let's try and put the pieces together. And now, we're going to trigger the really big one for you and me to handle this one. So, I'm going to put on normal speed, and here we go.
Wait. Soup's on, jackass!
What? Wait a minute. This doesn't make any sense about what I saw in that scene. As I noticed, all I'm getting is that Jack Black had managed to possess the body of Spider-Man. And this is making me go, what the fuck? It just made me feel weird all inside. And I don't get this problem. Wait a minute. I didn't understand why I saw this parody. As I mentioned Jack Black, it does mean I could accidentally foreshadow the debut of the third season of The Dragon Knight of Kung Fu Panda. But despite that awkward video that I showed you, I had no idea why this is quite bizarrely awkward. But with that out of the way, despite the mixed reception of the new animated series, I'd say I might give this whole show just a 7.5 out of 10. Although it's quite of a fun show to be around, but it's really sad that it's kind of unfinished, that I don't understand why the cel-shaded CG animation looks pretty decent. Although the special effects are not as great as the 2002 film, I'd say I have to realize this is one of MTV's most finest cartoons to date with. But that's all I can really say about this one. But next time, from this moment on at nighttime, I will review The Spectacular Spider-Man for its 15th anniversary. So, if you would hit the like button, you could subscribe it to you for now. So, this was me, Sarah Kerber, signing off. So, bye-bye.